What's going on there?
I have no idea. Did the intro play?
The intro played, but you're frozen. That's so
I can't hear
weird.
it. I couldn't hear the intro at all, so I just assumed it didn't work, and
You're frozen like this. Can you see me or no?
I can't see a thing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a brand new 5 Hard Podcast live.
Whoa,
on
weird.
Coronation,
There you are.
YouTube,
It might have
Facebook,
been me.
and X.
Sorry.
I'm your host, Greg Mahachko. Joining me, the co-host of the year, of the whatever. I don't know. I'm not supposed to say co-host anymore. Whatever. Minnie Hunt. Hello, Minnie. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, the brains and the brawn behind this circus act. I'm good.
This is we'll call it a
Happy
technical
Thursday.
snafu on my end. I apologize to everybody.
You were frozen like this.
Well,
Yeah.
I was going to say we got Greg looks like the thinker. Aaron Keene says, Greg, the thinking man. My thing froze up again. There we go. So we're going to patchwork this show together, apparently, because my computer's being super cooperative tonight.
Uh-oh.
But Minnie, how are you doing?
Did you touch your USB port?
No, I didn't.
Don't touch your USB port.
I shall not touch it.
Okay.
So
I've been
how are you
great.
doing, Minnie?
Great. We
Awesome.
got some rain here in Phoenix yesterday. So tomorrow it's only going to be 97.
And we're all across Husker Nation in good moods because, as Vince Watson says, there are only 14 sleeps till Christmas.
That's the thing that matters the most.
Not Christmas. Nebraska Christmas.
It's our Christmas. It is Christmas.
So.
Well, it's the second time I've seen you this week.
That's right. I did pop in Monday night therapy.
Mm-hmm. With our other technical issue.
Video.
We had another technical issue on Monday.
Yep, that was audio related. And apparently everybody says or correlates touching one's USB with something mildly inappropriate. So we're gonna gloss over some of those comments. Minnie froze, or maybe I froze. I can't tell. Who knows? Oh, good. Aaron Keene says now Minnie's frozen. Good, it's infectious. Fred says now Minnie's frozen. WTF are you guys doing over there? I think now's a really important time to say that we have a zero budget. We don't have fancy studios, obviously. I mean, this is a basement, right? So it's a friendly reminder that we appreciate all of the patience and grace that you can give us, because we do this for fun. We're not making any money. It's just a good time. We do it for you to put this community, to get this community together each and every Thursday night, 9:00 Central. So that's right. The disclaimer is we don't know what the hell we're doing. But we look good doing it. The Kool-Aid virus has struck. If that's the case, Vince, then the Kool-Aid's been, I've been drinking the Kool-Aid since last year. I don't know about you all. I mean, look, realistically, yeah, we are 14 sleeps, as Vince said earlier, 14 sleeps from the first Husker football game of the season. It's happening. It's going to be going on right now in 14 days. Nebraska and Cincinnati from Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. I saw something this week that 60,000 plus tickets have been sold, and an overwhelming majority of them Nebraska fans. I don't think there's any surprise, but I've been geared up for this. Like, I've been optimistic all throughout the offseason, which is unusual because we just haven't. It's not like last offseason where we had the Chasing 3. We didn't have a spring game. Spring was very quiet out of Lincoln. So we were all just blind faith, honestly. Mm-hmm. Blind faith that Matt Rule and company were going to continue steering the ship in the right direction. and the transfer portal acquisitions were going to be some of the key elements that the team needed to take that next step. So 6-6 last year in the regular season, of course, 7-6, finishing with the bowl win over Boston College. The schedule's fair, all these talking points that not just us here at Coronation, but every talking head has said for the last 6 months. It's all, it's time to stop the talking and play the football, right, Minnie?
Oh, I didn't know you knew I was back.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to? It's one thing for you to interrupt me, but for me to interrupt myself just to acknowledge your return, that seems a little.
Well, that would have been the polite Nebraska thing to do. Oh, look who's back.
I mean, they saw that you were here.
Okay. Well, hello.
Gosh. Fred, 1970s child, both agnowledging your existence.
Thank you. See, thank you. That's the polite thing to do.
I mean, one of them's already your co-host. If you want to replace me too, I'll just go find something else to do on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Central.
Okay, did you get my show notes, Greg?
I did.
All right. You want to kick it off?
Yes. Yes, I do.
So we had some press conferences.
We had some press conferences this week, and the first individual who took the podium that we're going to discuss or address is our defensive analyst, Mr. Phil Snow. Minnie, what did Coach Snow have to say?
Well, he's asked what his role is, because he was brought in as assistant head coach. That's his title. Mm-hmm. And he basically said his job, mainly defense. He's working with defense, but also that he looks at his main job to help the younger coaches, mentor the younger coaches. He said, I'm from an era when guys did that. And the older coaches would help the younger coaches. And he thinks that is important still, to help them understand the standards that Matt Rhule has put in place, which are being physical and fast on defense.
I think that's how a well-run program should be. The veteran, and it happens on the coaching staff and in the locker room as well. The veterans coaching up, sometimes at the coaching level, but, talking up the younger guys, getting them ready.
Yeah.
That's how I don't want to blast my trumpet back to the 1990s, but that's how it was done, and that's how successful programs are operated, by veteran leadership who's not afraid that in a sense, yes, they are training their replacement, but not because the incoming freshman or sophomore or whomever outworked them, but you would think because they graduated, they get drafted, So you train your replacement, but not in a competitive way, but to make sure that the program stands as strong tomorrow as it is today.
Yeah. And, he used an interesting example. He uses examples for everything. That's one thing I like about Phil Snow is he says, okay, he says something and then he says, let me give you an example. So he said when he was at ASU, the head coach there, Bruce Snyder, came in and watched him give a presentation to the defense, right? And he said to him later, he said, you wasted 5 minutes. And he goes, what do you mean I wasted 5 minutes? And he goes, well, you wasted 5 minutes drawing up formations when you should have already had that ready. And he goes, it's things like that I can help time management wise with the younger coaches so that they understand, like, if you're giving a presentation to the football guys, like they need to have an outline so that they know, this is what we're talking about. And if there's any questions, they can refer back to their notes and it's easy to see. or they can come and talk to you about it. I like that.
I think the biggest advantage to now versus when Phil was at ASU is technology. Realistically, the coaches can have, I mean, we saw when chasing through was a thing, we saw, fly on the wall perspective of a lot of these meetings that, they're running back plays and everything. I mean, they have so much on film, that they should be, the position coaches should be prepared going into every meeting and not wasting time drawing on a whiteboard or whatever the 2025 equivalent is of that.
Right. Yeah, especially now because the NCAA limits your time with the players as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely want to take advantage of every single minute you get with them. And then he was asked about why does he think that the third-year jump happens for Matt Rule, right? And he referred back to his time at, was it Baylor? I wanted to say Temple, but it could be, I forget which school. But he said, that coach had, I know it was, sorry, I didn't write it down. But he said, the thing is that it takes time for players to buy in. And he refers to, again, using an example, how our defensive backs are on their fourth defensive back coach in 4 years.
Yep.
And, it takes time as a player to buy in. And once the players buy in, that's when things really take off, because then they're setting the standard and holding each other accountable, which is what's
it's not the first time. When you go back to the end of the Mike Riley era into the beginning of the Scott Frost era, the defense, I mean, the way we had such rapid turnover of defensive coordinators. It was, I think it was 4 defensive coordinators in 5 years, or something like, maybe going back to the last year of Pelini. Stability breeds success, right? So the fact that these guys have had 4 different systems in their heads, for the last 4 years, it's a challenge. But I say, by the grace of God, we got somebody like Marquise Buford Jr. back there who is a veteran.
Right.
Deshaun Singleton, another veteran. Malcolm Hartzog, veteran. We have a veteran presence in the defensive backfield. So, yeah, it's not ideal, but at least we got guys who know enough about just the basics of playing at this level to be able to work the other parts in the new system and to be successful. So,
yeah, well said, Greg. I think it definitely, everybody's sitting here going, okay, are we going to see that year 3 jump? Everyone wants to question it. And if you go by just that, having the stability of having a head coach and having a standard in place and having guys within the program that have
guys in the program that have well, we lost Minnie again. So this is fun. That's right. Brett says, pauses for effect. Tiger Shark Diver Minnie is frozen in time. Joe Leica says, hold that thought. Put a pin in it, right? Pitt says, one of these times she's going to get frozen in a meme-worthy pose. Well, we wouldn't want that to happen. But she was very close in that last one. Actually, it's gone now. But the aliens, right? Right there. Roger Moore says freeze. Every time I not every time. When I say it like that, when I emphasize it like that, Everybody clap your hands. You know, you've been to enough sporting events. You know about the Cupid Shuffle. So, couple quick things here from Fred. Fred says, I'll question it till we see it happen. And right there, Brad Wilson says, time to put words into action on the field. Yeah. Talk is cheap. I do think, again, going with my unwavering optimism that we will see the results of we will see on Thursday night first, then on Saturdays, the results of what we don't see because we're not at practice, right? The results of the efforts. So Aaron Keene is a fill in the blank quiz. That's great. Roger Moore, she's getting a glass of clearance wine. And Tony, the Wisconsin fan, says Minnie is holding an invisible watermelon. Yeah. Fair-sized watermelon. And welcome back, Minnie. Again.
Yeah, I restarted my computer. I don't know if you got my message or not.
I did not. Melissa says that you froze because you were making fun of me.
I wasn't. No, I didn't make fun of you. I didn't make fun of you. Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All the time. Well, okay. You were picking on me because I didn't acknowledge your presence last time you got frozen.
Oh, well, I mean, that's kind of your fault.
Brad says you should get frozen when blushing about PJ.
Oh, okay. Is this payback for all my PJ comments? And you guys, this is karma?
Tony made a comment earlier, and I said, Tony, the Wisconsin fan, says blah, blah, blah. And, I know he's a Michigan fan, so he says, Wisconsin fan, now you're getting nasty.
Yeah, he hates that. So he's here specifically because we don't love Wisconsin. We're not supposed to show love to Wisconsin here.
I wasn't showing love to Wisconsin. I just said, Tony, the Wisconsin fan, says.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. His last name starts with a W and ends with an IN. He might as well be a Wisconsin fan.
Ooh.
I'd say the math, but it's really the letters all add up. Makes sense.
That is just see, he's going to be mad at you too.
Tony's
you make fun of me.
We're just working our way across the northern part of the big
You just
I know.
Go around making enemies.
I'm just having fun. All in good. Now he's like, screw this, I'm leaving you guys.
He's like, I'm out of here, you guys. Can we talk about okay. My first favorite part of the press conference.
Sure.
Okay. It was when Mike Ekeler came on. Okay,
the new special teams coordinator.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much this guy loves to talk in sayings. He loves it.
Maybe Tony. Tony says, you're not going to spend 20 minutes besmirching PJ tonight, are you? No, traditionally you can only besmirch someone's good name. And PJ Fleck does not have a good name.
PJ. Yeah, he does. He's fine. We're not going to talk bad about PJ tonight. I promise.
That's right. Melissa said, Minnie, you're the only one that shows love for other teams, traitor.
That's not true. There's other people like me out there in the world.
Not on this show.
You guys just aren't used to it.
All right. Mike Ekeler.
So he has two offices. One upstairs with the coaches and one off the weight room.
That makes sense. He's a bit of a beast.
Why does that make sense?
I was hoping you'd provide the answer. I just said that makes sense.
No, because he wants to just be able to go lift whenever he feels like it. Is that why?
And motivate the players.
That's a good, you know what? That's now I see your strategy. If you were a head football coach, you like to work out, you can go and have your office right off the workout room. But no, the reason why Matt Rule suggested that is because he wanted him to be close to the players since he has to, special teams, you have to know everyone throughout the whole team. You don't
Didn't I say to be close to and motivate the players?
I think you started off because he likes to lift.
Yeah, and then I changed it though.
Okay. So, because you have to know the whole team, right?
Right.
And this way he has, he can pull the guys in for a 5-minute film review and that sort of thing. What are you doing? Okay.
Me? Who, me? I'm
Okay.
keeping up on the notes.
And he has to know all the players. So,
yeah.
And when asked, hi, Husker Chuck. When asked about Archie Wilson, he said, I'm going to be honest with you guys. He was my guy at the last place. The last place was.
Yeah, I think, he made a comment of he was going to be my next guy at the last place I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he was hand-selected. Mike Ekeler knew of Archie Wilson and was going to take him wherever Mike Ekeler was. So
yes, he had been sitting on him for a while, he said. And when asked about when Archie said he wants to be the best in the country, I said, I would expect you to be the best. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part, Greg. So get a hold of this. I guess there's several people, journalists, at this press conference. I heard Husker Online say there were like up to 70. That's a lot of guys, girls and guys.
Media personalities.
Media people. And he said, well, I would expect you to be the best journalist in the country. I like that mentality. That's my mentality. And he's getting people pumped up to be the very best journalist they can be. Well, I love that.
We got a ways to go.
I know. I was thinking, does he know? No, I'm kidding. But it was really inspiring, actually. I was like, I bet you that does inspire people just to hear him. Like, don't you guys, like, I would expect as journalists, you guys are the best in the country. It was pretty awesome to hear.
I think in my interpretation, and I it may be wrong, no matter what you do, try to do your very best, right? And I know a lot of our Nebraska media are not the best in the country. Some of them have room to grow and improve. And I don't know if I really consider myself part of Nebraska media. Probably not. I'm a fan. I just do this silly shit for fun. But I know I could improve. Like, I could show up earlier than 3 minutes before the show starts. But that's not sometimes the hand that we're dealt in life. So,
have you ever shown up early?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. Not that I know of.
There have been times when you've been here late.
You know about it, though, way in advance.
I mean, hey, we're splitting hairs here.
No, we are not. No, I come prepared.
This show is not about me. All right. Not about me.
All right. So, yes, I love that. I love that he is encouraging, even to the freaking journalists. He makes me want to go run down I-80. I'm like, I need to be the best journalist in the country, too.
I believe in you, Minnie.
Thank you. And then he says, it goes back to our head ball coach. And then this is my favorite.
This is where
my favorite part.
The five-heart theater should be. Like, anytime you're quoting somebody and trying to get into character.
I don't think I can do a good Mike Ekeler impression yet.
No.
I need some more time. But he says, if I were in a dark alley with 4 guys coming at me, and I could pick one head ball coach to be with me, I'd be with our guy. I'd say, Coach Rural, you got those three, and I got that one, and we'd be just fine. I thought that was
Nice.
really funny. Yeah, he made everyone laugh.
I'm going to amend that quote a little bit.
Okay.
And say, if I were in a dark alley and 4 guys coming at me, and I can only pick one college football media personality to be with me, it'd be our guy, Paul Feinbaum. And I'd say, fuck you, Paul, and leave the alley. Let him get his dumbass whipped.
Okay. Jeez. How about we're not in any dark alleys? That's where you lose me to begin with. Okay.
Do you know what Paul Feinbaum said?
What did he say?
So he said that, you know who Paul Feinbaum is, of course.
Yes, Greg. Thank you.
So he said the Big Ten won the last 2 national championships. So what do they think? They invented football.
Ha. Well.
I've never liked Paul Feinbaum. He's no more a journalist than I am. He's a pandering, self-aggrandizing tool for the SEC, especially for Alabama.
I think the whole reason that you are part of the 5 Heart podcast is so that you can tear somebody down every single week.
At least it's not somebody in the Big Ten this week. You should be happy about that because you love everybody else in the Big Ten.
I do. Yep.
Haas says, I thought you'd want to walk in a dark alley alongside me, Greg. Well, but if I want somebody to get an old-fashioned ass whipping, I'd send Paul.
I'd say I'd amend that just slightly, Greg. You'd want to walk in a dark alley behind Haas.
How bigger than he is.
Yeah, but he's a weightlifter.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I'm a little bit more intimidating looking than Haas. Just because of my size.
Okay.
So.
Well,
Greg Gifford says it did start at Rutgers and they're in the Big Ten. That's right. Roger Moore says Greg speaks the truth again. Tony, the Wisconsin fan, says it's funny as Rutgers literally invented football. Just kidding, Tony. You know. And Gregory Stewart says we do have Rutgers. So.
Hey. There you go.
Hey. It's for horses.
All right. So, he was asked about Ja'Cory Barney because Ja'Cory Barney is on the sidelines cheering everybody on. And he's out there. He just loves special teams, loves the game, respects the game. And he said, I always have NFL scouts asking me on a first question they ask is on a scale from 1 to 10, how much does that player love the game? And he goes, if there's an 11, he's an 11.
I do get that. I don't use the word vibe. I don't throw that around quite as frequently as so many people do nowadays. But I do get that vibe from Ja'Cory Barney Jr. that he, wherever he feels he can see the field, help the team in any capacity, he just wants to be out there because I do feel he loves the game of football.
He does. I know. And this is not the first time we've heard it. We heard it last season from Coach Rural. We do get a 5 Heart Theater. It's a very special one.
Let's see. Great question. Apologies. I'm a hick from the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to mispronounce your name. Aswar, we do have some notes from Archie Wilson's press conference we'll get to in just a few minutes, but I did want to make sure that you saw and we acknowledged your comments and the special teams expectations. That is, I always, when it comes to special teams, I always defer to our special teams coordinator. Because from long snappers to holders to gunners, if you want to know about special teams, there's nobody better to tell you about special teams.
Is, is that your way of saying she was right?
No, it's my way of saying you're obsessed with special teams.
Well, somebody needs to be. Me and Mike Ekeler. We're like a duo, tag team. All right. He says that our punt returners are Marshall, Benning, Mosey, and Barney. Those are the guys that are punt returners. And he goes, last year we led the nation. We had 4 different returners. He goes, we're going to be aggressive. And I tell the guys, we end everything with 1 shot, 1 kill. 1 shot, 1 kill.
That's hunting.
Sounds like a military sniper. 1 shot, 1 kill.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart podcast, says, I expect a Mike Ekeler-inspired 5 Heart theater. You're going to be disappointed, but in the best way. Like, it's not Mike Ekeler-inspired, but you're going to have so much fun. And yes, Steven, I agree. I need a haircut. It's like way too long.
You should just go back to being a skinhead.
Whoa. That is an inflammatory word.
What?
I was never a skinhead.
I think you were.
I had a buzz cut.
You basically were like, had very little hair. I thought you were bald when I first met you. I really did.
Yeah. Do you know the negative connotation of the word skinhead?
Yeah, but that's not what I meant. Obviously. Guys, that's not what I meant. Okay, moving on. He said, again, 1 shot, 1 kill. But I apologize. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I didn't realize. Is it really?
Yeah.
Like bad?
Like Aryan Nation type. Skinhead. White supremacist. Oh, she froze. She froze at the most inconvenient time. Well, this show just got fun and awkward. Is she back? She's back.
I came back.
All right.
I was so seriously. No, I didn't. I just was like, okay, I don't know if I can go on. I was just going to throw in the towel, and it just popped me back in.
I feel like we almost need to jump to the, we're not, but almost need to jump to the 5 Heart Theater in case you get disconnected. But we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that yet.
I have no idea what happened.
So let's talk more about those returners and statistics on, or I should say the weighted importance of each element of special teams, because I know you have some numbers on that.
Yes, I do. Well, it's not exactly a third each.
Okay.
Because he gives the snap, guys, like we didn't know this, is 33%.
Which is not quite a third.
Correct. The hold, again, 33%.
Not quite a third.
The kick, 34%.
A little bit more than a third.
A little more. But all those other things have to be right in order for you to even get to the kick. And that was our biggest problem last season.
We were systematic failures in all levels last year. But we have the number 1 long snapper in the transfer portal.
We do. We have that. Even though he said, the thing about, he goes, somebody wanted to know how we're doing on long snapping. He goes, we're not exactly where I would like to be, but You're always chasing perfection. The real coach speech there, I thought. So what? I didn't know but I just said, what's going on here? This guy's never played a game. I just kind of figured everybody else knew.
Husker Chuck says the hold is two things, actually, catching the snap and putting the ball down, and it should be more. Well, we're going to let I'm not going to argue with Mike Ekeler about things like that.
Maybe he divides that into a percentage even more.
Maybe their 33% is broken into 20 and 13%, or 16 and 17%, 15 and 18%, 30 and 3%. Who knows how that's
I think you have to simplify it for football players. We're just going to stick with 33% as a hold, okay?
Now you're calling football players dumb.
No, I don't want them. I don't want the holders staying awake at night going, okay, what percentage is the catch, the hold, the snap, the hold? I don't want him thinking this late at night.
I understand that reference, Fred. Thank you. That's right. Dana Williams did not realize there was going to be math. And there's going to be a test tomorrow. So be ready. Number 2 pencils only, and be prepared to show your work. You can tell that school has started here in Southern Illinois. So I think I like this from Mike Ekeler. He says, everybody has a job to do, and if it isn't done well, I'm not going to point a finger. I'm going to point a thumb. I'm assuming that'll be.
I love that too.
Like a Roman gladiator.
I'm not pointing a finger like you did. I'm saying, out of here.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was a.
No, it's like take a hike. You're out of here.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, now I think we're going to move on delicately to another part of the.
Wait. Before we move on delicately, we don't use WTH.
What the heck?
That's usually what it stands for. Do you want to know why?
Because
it stands for wishing, trying, and hoping. We don't use those words because we're grown men. We just go and execute our job. Oh my gosh, I apologize. You guys, I definitely did not realize. Please forgive me if you want me to. Okay, I may need some sensitivity training. I might.
And we know that I'm not sensitive enough to host the training, so I don't even know what to do here. I'm at a lot. You know who'd probably be it? Never mind.
John, are you going to say John should host the sensitivity training? That would be something. Okay.
All right. So staying in the realm of special teams, but moving on from Coach Ekeler, we get to talk about the freshman phenom.
He's awesome.
The leg from down under, the newly 19-year-old Archie Wilson.
Archie is now maybe one of my favorite Nebraska players of all time. Even if
he hasn't
only year
stepped on the field.
Because I watched also his family down in Australia talk about his press conference.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And his little brother even teared up. It was really sweet. And the dad they're all going to see him, by the way, they're all going to see him at Arrowhead.
I think the story that I read, which was not a video, but it was, a quote, they're coming for the first few games of the season. So they'll be at Arrowhead. They'll get to experience a Nebraska football game at Memorial Stadium. Yeah, James Boorman hitting it right. Archie, oi, oi, oi. That would be, if we could get that to catch on in Memorial Stadium,
I bet we
that
can.
would be really fantastic.
We can do that. Strength in numbers, people.
Brad Wilson says, Archie Wilson, no relation, is the man.
Oh, because it's Brad Wilson.
Yeah, that's how names work. Mike Ekeler found him through a video call, watched him through Pro Kick.
Pro Kick, yep.
And Archie admits that he had a fair grasp of Nebraska before he came here. But there was, I want to see if it's touched on. I'm sure it is. It's not in the comments. So we'll get, before one journalist put his foot in his mouth and asked the dumb question. I don't know if anybody asked if he familiarized himself with Valentinos or Runzas or anything like that yet. But then they did. This is the clip that went viral, right? This was one of the journalists saying, what's it like being away from home for the first time? And, I guess if he turned 19 yesterday, when they did the press conference on Tuesday, he was still 18, but he was insurance age 19, so it's fine. And he obviously got him emotional. It's an 18-hour flight or something like that from home to here. First time he's ever been away from his family. He's in a new place, isolated. He was on an island before, but he's really isolated now. See how I did that? And so, yeah, the kid got emotional, and I don't blame him. I think it's fantastic. Of course, you have clowns in the comments or, on X that were saying, I'd cry too if I was stuck in Nebraska. But at the end of the day, like, if Coach Ekeler wanted him at Tennessee, and if he was willing to follow Coach Ekeler from Knoxville to Lincoln, says something about him as a player, says something about Mike Ekeler as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think this is a Scott Frost, Adrian Martinez type of partnership where one's career is kind of tied to the other necessarily. But I'm really excited for what he can do. And just excited for the young man. He's in a difficult spot, a completely unique area. Lincoln, Nebraska is not like many other places in the world. So I love, and I think to Nebraska's credit, we love our international student athletes. Keisei Tominaga a couple years ago, ranked mast. Now it's Archie Wilson. There's something we have a deep appreciation, not just from the kid from 20 miles away who decides to play in Lincoln, but the kid from 20 hours away who's disrupted his entire life or her entire life to play for Nebraska. We have a deep-seated appreciation for that. So we're going to give this kid a lot of leeway, a lot of love throughout his career. I'm excited.
Greg, you forgot one.
Did I forget one, or did I just make my point before we moved on to the other points in the Archie Wilson?
No, you forgot one.
Okay, what did I forget?
David Hofkin.
Yeah, okay, I didn't get them all. I'm sorry. I got the ones who have done something.
That's okay. He will have done something, hopefully, soon. But Mike Ekeler found him through Pro Kick. And he had found another kicker through Pro Kick. And so they were familiar with his coaching style and were able to match him up with Archie. And Mike Ekeler said there were 14 out of the 17 punters in the SEC last season from Pro Kick. Did you know that?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
14 out of the 17 punters from Pro Kick last season.
Oh, wow.
From the SEC, or that played in the SEC. And a lot of those players hadn't ever played American football. So they're doing something really good down there.
James Boardman says we should refer to Archie Wilson as the crocodile punter, which got 10 points from Pitt. Let's see. living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says Minnie's not wearing Husker gear. Is that adequate show prep?
For later it is. I'm part of the theater.
Oh, okay. Aaron Keene says, in response to Mr. Matney, it's expected of those with traitorous leanings. And even Tony, the Minnesota fan, says that's her white Illinois road jersey. And Husker calls it you're wearing surrender.
Oh my gosh. Because I wear a different color other than red. You guys, seriously. Fine. I will change after the 5 Heart Theater.
All right. Let's see here. So Archie Wilson, I know when you're talking about throwing in right arm, left arm, the word is ambidextrous. I don't know what it is when you're referring to the feet, but you can kick with both feet is a good skill, or that being a good skill that some people will give it a crack, but not too common to be able to use it professionally. Most cannot. Had a left foot injury about 3 years ago and decided to use it to his advantage and kicked with his right. So Archie Wilson.
Yeah.
Crocodile punter.
The crocodile punter. And then we heard from Vincent Shavers Jr. And he loves being able to blitz. That's the main takeaway from that I got. And he's like, yeah, I just love being able to blitz. And also he kept referring to how the linebacker room is just, it's the brotherhood. He said the whole team is, but really the linebacker room for him, because they do things off the field together a lot. So to build that brotherhood.
It's like the bond of the relationship that a quarterback should have with his lineman and his receiving room. You know, linebackers are a special bunch. So I'm excited. If Vincent Shavers Jr. is excited, I'm excited. Willis McGahee the fifth. You know, there's some really capable talent in that core. I think we probably did them a disservice this offseason by not talking about them enough. But we can always touch on it next week. I think that group is going to produce for Nebraska this year. So
I think so too.
And Shavers says, talking about just a moment ago, Archie Wilson, who's in Lincoln, culture difference from Australia. It's a big culture difference from Miami to Lincoln, but Shavers feels comfortable in Lincoln. He says he loves the team here. The bond is great. So, yeah. It's a good, I get everything. Maybe it's because I'm, not that I don't want to be hurt again, but I'm like pretty euphoric about this team and this season. I'm really excited. So,
yeah, this is a good sign. All these things, they're not trying to, pump us up full of things that are not believable. Like everything that they're saying, I believe it. They're not trying to pump us full of hope. The WTH, wishing, trying, and hoping. We're not doing that this year.
Let's see here. And then I'm actually doing a quick study because I saw a few things that happened earlier this week. And then, of course, things happen and I missed them. But I know earlier in the week we were given two. Here's more. Okay, good. We were given initially two single-digit players and or digit numbers in Riley Van Poppel and Dane Key. We'll talk about Dane Key and the significance of that to him. Earlier, let's see, this week we were given four more. So Ja'Cory Barney Jr., who we talked about tonight, is going to wear number 2. Let's see. Javin Wright, the linebacker, who we were just talking about linebackers, is going to wear number 0. Vincent Shavers Jr. earned a single digit. He's going to be number 9. And Janarin Bonner is going to be number 4. So, to my knowledge, those are 6 of the 10. Again, doing a quick scroll just to see if I missed any. I don't think I missed any, but, I miss a lot. So, what can I say? If I missed, I don't think I missed any more. So, we'll go with the 6. And then, hopefully next week. Yep. Next week we'll have some more. Husker Chuck banks on Dylan Raiola wearing number 1. I actually don't see him changing his number. Not because he wouldn't be voted on it. Again, these single digits are all voted on by players. I just think he wants to maintain number 15. Let's see. Gregory Stewart says volleyball season begins before football. Not wrong. And I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. I know we got to reach out to Beth. I don't know, maybe that'll be a Monday night conversation or something. But they start on Saturday. So that's an alumni match. I don't know if that necessarily. Next Friday, the 22nd, Nebraska and Pitt from Pinnacle Bank Arena. So they're going to the big house for that, not to make a Michigan reference, but the bigger capacity place. Same with Sunday the 24th against Stanford. So not at the Bob for those two, but we'll be at PBA for Pitt and Stanford. The AVCA First Serve, which you can watch on Fox and ESPN respectively, Pitt and Stanford. So maybe next Monday or Thursday, we'll see if Beth be willing to join us to talk some Husker volleyball. It'd be a nice little breakup. Buckeyes Battle Cry, welcome, says starting quarterbacks typically take a pretty big jump in year 2 as a starter. What weapons does he have to throw to that can elevate his game? We talked Dane Key, Ja'Cory Barney Jr., Janarin Bonner. Oh, crap. Isaiah Hunter, pronouncing that? I feel like I'm mispronouncing that. Well, he's got options this year. What I don't want to see any swinging gate pitches or swinging gate passes. Nothing to the running back behind the line of scrimmage, please. It seems to just never work out very well. Never Mind Me says, my son found a spider in his room, so he took the dog with him, hoping the dog will keep them away. Sorry, kid, your dog didn't even budge when the tornado sirens went off last week. Ouch. Yeah. How old's the son, I guess? Are they old enough to kill a spider on their own? Is that something you're comfortable with? What kind of spider was it? Also, many unanswered questions in this scenario. I'm really intrigued. Vince says that Dylan wore number 1 in high school. Anything's possible. And we're going to, I missed one. Thanks, Melissa. Again, I don't check the Slack. I get most of my information from Slack, so I'm clearly slacking. Nebraska Strong. Let's read this one. This ought to be fun. I think that we need to motivate our field goal kicker this year. Every field goal that he misses, Sue gets to tackle him at full blast. That is dangerous. I love the idea.
I don't know if we want to threaten them with violence.
All they have to do, well, let's if they're gimmies and you shank it, then yes. If it's a 55-yarder, we might be able to extend a little bit of grace your way. Okay. Maybe not Sue, but maybe somebody else. So.
That's funny. What did I miss?
I was talking about Never Mind Me son who had a spider in his room. The son is 14. That's he can kill the spider himself.
Maybe, a lot of people are really afraid of spiders, Greg.
I mean, I'm not afraid to kill them.
Okay, but a lot of people are afraid to even be near them. That's a thing.
Are you afraid, Minnie?
I'm not.
You suffer from arachnophobia.
No, I'm not. But I know, like, I have one daughter in particular who's scared of flies.
I've got a few of those. It's a fly. It's fun. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to eat much. Leave it alone. Discussion in the chat about Heinrich Harburg saying that he should be number one. He's a senior. He's a home state kid. James Borman's right. He was ignored by the last staff, but he stepped up when he was called upon in 2023 and did what was needed last year. Exemplifies what it means to be a Husker.
Yes, he really does.
We were talking about the single number jerseys and the possibility of number one going to Dylan. And I said, I don't think Dylan's going to be changing off of number 15. So,
yeah, no. And plus, as we know, Matt Rule doesn't like it when he's already voiced this. He doesn't like it when the quarterback gets a single digit number. So they ought to be leaders. That's their job.
Yep, it is. That was my dryer singing It's a Little I'm Done song. So hope that you enjoyed it. So I was talking, I got talking about the single digit numbers because I saw in your next bit, Dane Key talked about the honor that he found in his single digit award or maybe not award, but being awarded a single digit. So
people are talking about bugs that they're afraid of. Gregory Stewart says stink bugs are gross. And let me tell you what bug is gross. The only bug that I am afraid of, that I personally, unless I absolutely have to, I won't kill it. Like, I prefer other people to kill these bugs. And that is a scorpion.
I don't even consider scorpions bugs. They're in the arachnid family. And also, we don't have them in Illinois, so I don't have to worry about it.
They're horrible. They're like from the dinosaur era. There's nothing literally that kills them.
What about a big shoe?
Oh, definitely that.
So,
but
and there is something that kills them.
Scorpions are scary, and they're scary looking. They have the claws on the front and the stinger in the back. Ew. And they can move fast like a spider.
So back to Dane Key when he addressed took the podium and addressed being awarded a single digit. He said, "Single digit. My teammates have my back and they respect me. There's no greater feeling." Also says that Andrew Marshall is one of the best corners he's gone against.
Yeah.
So
he says he doesn't want to give away too many secrets. Like his goals for this season. Every coach is pushing him to meet his goals. So he didn't have a very good day at practice, and everyone let him know it. And that's what he wants from everyone. His teammates, the coaches. So he wants to be pushed to that. But he said, I don't want to give away too much of what we're doing here. He goes, but I want 1,000 yards this season.
Dylan Raiola was named this week to the Polynesian Player of the Year watch list. Don't know if you saw that, Minnie.
No, I didn't.
Surprised. Also, in things that are okay to discuss but don't really matter, we talked about Archie Wilson having a birthday. Vincent Shavers Jr. also had a birthday this week.
Oh, yay! How old is he? He's got to be like 20.
Doesn't say. Not my place to ask.
Okay.
So, and Gibson Pyle, the offensive lineman from Houston. I mean, we could go on and on. Look, if you want all that information, go follow Nebraska football or at Husker football on X. They'll tell you all the birthdays, all that stuff. So, let's see. It is time, Minnie, and any other important parties to know it's time for before we get to housekeeping.
Yeah.
We talked about alcohol sales at Nebraska.
Oh.
Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay.
and it was announced today what one of those alcohols is going to be. And the rush of underwhelmment, you could hear it across the plains. Bud freaking Light.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Bud Light. There's a lot
garbage.
There's a lot of people that need to consider drinking it, that are drinking regular Budweiser, that should consider drinking Bud Light.
Why?
Because it's less calories.
Less flavor.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know it's less calories.
Trust me, as a beer drinker, it is like maybe 1.5 steps up from drinking water.
Okay.
It's not good beer. It's cheap beer. It's mass-produced beer. It's just not good beer. That's right. It's Minnie fat shaming a lot of people.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a good Bud Light. All of those light beers are a good option for certain people. That's all.
By the way, this beer here, not a light beer. And honestly, Greg or Stuart, $10 for it. I think you'll be lucky to get out of there with the Bud Light for $10. I would expect 14 to 18, honestly.
Really?
Now you might get a 16-ounce Bud Light, but when you're paying $1 an ounce, ain't worth it, man.
I don't even look at it like that.
No, I do.
I know. Budget drinking.
No. TSD says heard it was 11. I mean, realistically, I guess we'll find out. We won't really know until the first game.
Yeah. What?
James Boardman says Bud Light is like having sex in a canoe because it's fucking close to water.
Okay, and you guys are offended by what I said earlier? I don't even understand.
Well, he didn't call Bud Light a skinhead, so.
Okay. All right.
With that being said, let's move on and discuss housekeeping.
Okay.
And this is, by the way, that was intentional. This housekeeping is brought to you, among other things, by cobbycorn.com. Now, I haven't been to cobbycorn.com in a while, so I don't know what new designs are there. I'm going to have to talk to John, but I would really love to see next week for there to be some discount code that you can use to save 15% on your order at cobbycorn.com. I'm going to talk to John. I don't know why it wouldn't. We've gone months, almost a year, I think, till we had a discount offered at cobbycorn.com. So I suggest you go to Cobbycorn next week after we have a discount code. Hopefully we'll have a discount code. It's also a great time for me to remind you, if you haven't already, I got the whole screen, so I get to see here. Like this, there we go. Like this video, especially to our friends watching on YouTube. Like this video over on YouTube. Subscribe to the Corn Nation YouTube channel. Subscribe to that channel. Make sure after you do that you hit the bell, ring that bell for notifications so you never miss fantastic content like what you are about to see coming up here in just a few moments. I don't know how to prepare you for that. You might want to start double fisting beers if that's your thing. Like, I don't want everybody to have an alcohol problem, but I'm saying tonight it might help. So that's why I'm going to get my next beverage. And I know everybody's wondering, nobody's asked, but everybody's wondering, what's Greg drinking today? What's Greg drinking today? Whoa. Getting that Yingling original. Getting that lager. America's oldest brewery. It's going to be fantastic. So, you've done the liking, the subscribing. You ring that bell for notification. Now, it's not just Five Heart that you'll be enjoying. It is also Monday Night Therapy, the Tuesday night show, which currently is all the right movies, but pretty soon it's going to be Husker Happy Hour. And here within, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, the Sunday night show is going to start up once again with myself, Haas Reuter, and Every Game Jake. So make sure that you ring the bell so you're not missing out. And our founder and fearless leader, John Dam Johnston. Here, let's do this way. He's written some books. This one here, Been Dead, Never Been to Europe. My recovery from the Widowmaker heart attack and the brain injury that came with it. So, all that being said, that is not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. All right, here we go. If you're talking about me, shipping me some Iron City, I like IBC, Iron City beer. I'm sorry, ICB. IBC makes the root beer. ICB makes the beer. I like them both. Aaron Rostovsky says, glad I'm watching this on my phone instead of my 65-inch TV. That's too much, Greg. Brother, you have no idea what you are in for. Husker Chuck says, I just checked. We're tied for first in the Big Ten. Well, look, we're all going to be winners after tonight. I just want you all aware of this. So, without any further ado, is the filibuster almost over? It is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is my privilege, my pleasure, my sincere and genuine joy to bring you Five Heart Theater.
Welcome to a very special edition of Five Heart Theater. I'm your host, Greg Yingling Mahachko. And joining me is my co-host, Minnie.
Minnie's muted, so this is...
What's wrong, Greg? Did you not read their production notes?
What are production notes? And I don't know how to say this, but have you put on weight and stubble and glasses?
Oh, Greg, I'm using my readers tonight because I dipped into the Walgreens wine a little early, okay? Gosh. Tastes like Dylan's sweat.
What are we even doing here?
I don't know, Greg. I just don't know. But back on format, Greg, okay? Come on, stick with me now. Section 6.9. My favorite quarterback. Guys, did you hear the big news out of Lincoln? Dylan Raiola went potty by himself.
So you're saying Dylan made a boom boom? We can't get to August 28th soon enough.
Greg, you're talking while I'm interrupting again. This is huge. It's not huge to say Fred Sacco's gut, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, Fred's fat, but at least he's bald. I mean, and I love the people of the Midwest, don't get me wrong. They got that extra layer of padding that keeps them warm in the winter, just like Dylan and his giant, abnormal, slightly erotic bone structure.
Can we get off of Dylan? Fred? No, just no. Don't get started.
Guys, there's other big news coming out of camp. Let's stay focused, Greg.
What's that, Minnie? Our long snapper get a hangnail?
Greg. We have quite the battle going at tackle. Elijah Pritchett and no leaky faucet jokes, guys. And Gunnar Gachula are going all out for the spot.
A real Batman versus Bane battle, huh?
I don't know what that is. Is that one of your comic books? Okay. Anyway, Greg, get it together. Greg, stick with me now. Back on topic. Gunnar Gatula is coming into fall with big gains in strength and conditioning. His knee circumference, get this, his knee circumference is almost as big around as Greg's abnormally sized Sputnik head. It's huge. Think about it, guys. It's huge.
I didn't think this was going to be a roast.
Oh, poor Greg.
I think we've given the Holger maniacs enough nightmare fuel tonight.
Fine, Greg. Go Big Red.
Oh my gosh. I just need you all, you wonderful, beautiful Holger maniacs, to know that I was exactly where I wanted to be on that episode, that version. I didn't read the script. We have so many comments. This is, I can't wait for Minnie to come back. We're going to spend minutes. Minnie, welcome back.
Thank you. What happened?
I don't know if you're ready.
What?
You didn't read the comments while you were doing the skit, were you?
No.
I didn't flash them up there.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. They know who we are. I'm going to get rid of that. We need people to be able to focus. Right away. Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast.
Oh,
that intro hits and he goes, yay. He was excited. He had no idea what to expect, although all we told him was that it was not Mike Ekeler. Aaron Rostovsky says, oh, damn, my phone service just went out.
Oh, no.
I think he was playing a gag.
Oh.
Gregory Stewart says, OMG. Not the only one, by the way, who say OMG. Tiger Shark Diver says LOL. Nebraska Strong, OMG. Roger Moore, the wig. Mr. Matney, OMG. Aaron Keene says Minnie's muted. This is accurate. And you mentioned the Walgreens wine. Rostovsky says, I'm watching this at Walgreens right now. And Mr. Matney's just laughing. Roger Moore, of course, notes frozen first and then muted. It's a technical difficulty wonderland, a smorgasbord of fun. Husker Chuck says, I am dying. Please notify my next of kin. More OMG from Nebraska Strong. Aaron says, LOL. Roger Moore, I'm throwing up. Sean says Dylan Raiola interceptions. I don't know if that's in reference to the skit or just a talking point, but it happened during the skit, so we'll roll with it. Greg says that Minnie needs to dress like this for ladies of college football. Would you probably wouldn't do that on Sunday night, would you? Put the goatee on and
I could. I don't know.
I don't know if the audience over there would.
Yeah, I don't think the crowd would get that. I reserve my beards for you guys.
At least Minnie is wearing red this time around, says David.
You're welcome.
And Aaron says, poor Greg. And I don't know if that's talking about me catching strays or you, the character.
Did I look like you?
No, we'll get to there. Don't worry. Greg says Minnie is an evil elf, which I think that's in reference to Fred this time around. And 1970s Child says Greg must be using Just for Men on his goatee. I'll say the goatee was particularly dark. It
they
was
didn't have a salt and pepper one.
The only part of it that was not realistic, in my opinion, was that the goatee was too dark. Keen says, did anyone have seeing Fred's shoulders on their bingo card today? So I had given you the heads up of the wig, but I did not tell you that Mo had taken a red shirt, a perfectly good red shirt at one point, by the way, and cut the shoulders off of it.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I couldn't look at Fred I could not look at him while I was doing this.
You're going to go back and watch this, and you're just going to laugh your
I'm
ass
going to.
1970 Shaw says, bravo. Vince says, 10 out of 10. Fred gets an Emmy. Living in Omaha, David Matty says it's the best mini ever. And it's great to see.
I believe that.
It's great to see the better half here. No offense, David. But Angela Matney says, I don't have words. Greg Stewart says, I feel violated. Aaron woke up from having blacked out. Melissa enjoyed it, laughed. Roger Moore's dog ran away. And Husker Chuck says, nobody would ever believe you guys are amateurs. James is so happy he didn't take a gummy tonight. Meanwhile, Pitt was so glad he was still.
That's funny.
Roger Moore can't trust him anymore. That was a Mike Ekeler inspired 5-Heart Theater classic.
Oh, yeah.
Fred blacked out. Steven wants to know where Fred got the hairpiece. It's not my place to say. It's definitely not hairpieces are us. And Kaylee, for the first time tonight, not that she's late, says, you nailed it, Fred. That's what
That's cool.
Dustin says, for the record, Minnie is a better Minnie than that other person.
Oh, thank you.
And never mind me says, if Minnie never did that again, I'd be fine with it.
You mean dress like Greg?
Probably. But the Greg was on point. And Angela Matney is here.
Yay.
And Dustin does not like the name. So all in all, very positive reviews. Everybody had a great time. And truly, we knew that Fred was working on it. Like, he'd always made little comments like, I'm working on a 5-Heart Theater. I'm going to submit it, for review. And he sent it to me, and I said, and he said, you'll just ad-lib your part. I said, no, I'm not going to be in this. Minnie's going to be playing me. Oh, shit, I better write some out. So he went from half a script, maybe less than half of a script, no offense, Fred, to what you all just saw in the last, say, 36 hours. So bravo to Fred. He earned his laurels tonight. So.
Oh, guess who showed up?
Yep. Orson's here. Orson, what's up, brother? Good to see you back. We hope to see you more now that the season is so close. And Greg says it's good to know you can laugh at yourself. And I honestly, at this point, don't know if he's talking about you or me, Minnie.
I don't know. But we both can.
Work Harder showed up, and we're appreciative of all you.
Ooh, nice.
By the way, I don't get caught up on the numbers, but there are close to 400 people watching this right now. A lot of them are on X. We got to just figure out how to get the people on X to join the conversation more. So I don't know how that works on X. If you can type, comment, how it works. But please feel free. If you're on X, you probably have YouTube on your phone, right? Jump over, join us on YouTube. So we'd love to. We just love to hear from our friends on X a little bit more. So, Orson says y'all are going to win the whole damn thing. Like,
yeah,
I thought Orson was one of us. Should be
he is a
weird.
Razorbacks fan.
Huh?
He's a Razorbacks fan.
Oh, I probably knew that. You know what? That makes sense. Now that I think, honestly, now this is going to be a reference that you're probably not going to get, Minnie.
Okay,
But back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a cartoon called Garfield and Friends.
Uh-huh.
You know who Garfield is? The lasagna-loving cat.
The cat, yeah, of course.
So there would be a Garfield cartoon, and then there would be it's like an Orson and Friends. But Orson was a pig in the Anne Friends. There was like a duck. There was a duck named Shelly who was like a duck that only had this.
What does this have to do with Razorback?
Yeah, that's the reference because they're hogs. I had to get there.
I don't even understand the connection at all. Can you go back?
Razorback is a hog.
Okay.
Orson on the cartoon was a pig. Pigs and hogs are like. I know you're not a pig.
That's where I got confused too, Orson. I'm like, I don't get that connection whatsoever.
Just, you know what? My mind works in mysterious ways, everybody. All right? Let's go with it, okay?
Okay.
All right. There is a difference. I know. But they both make bacon, so it's not that difference. Let's see. Tony from Minnesota says, rumor, Michigan's penalty from the NCAA for Connor Stallions will be Wisconsin will lose 10 scholarships. That does seem to be how it is. When nothing ever actually affects Michigan, everybody else around them catches strays. Minnie, your thoughts?
We find out tomorrow.
We will. There you
go. That's my thought.
Fred ran out of breadcrumbs, but Rostovsky was with me the whole way.
He got it. He got the reference.
Can you eat wild hog? Yeah. I don't know if it'll taste good. But yeah, I mean,
of course.
Never
Give
mind.
him the right sauce, anything tastes good.
That's a better way of saying what I was going to say.
Okay.
So, and Keen says, yes, you can. Save that one for a few minutes from now, Orson. Hang tight. Let's see. Husker Bob says, what's the over-under on the number of Archie Wilson punts week 1? I don't know if you're going to be able to find that. Well, you might. I don't know. There's plenty of betting sites out there. I don't know the over-under. I say, if it were me, I would put the over-under at 2.5. But James Boardman hopes we never see Archie punt because our offense won't be stopped.
Yes, I agree.
Especially
against Cincinnati. Come on, guys. Get with the program here.
Let's see. Melissa says Rule lost lots of weight and he looks good. He's probably running the stadium stairs like the team.
He's actually working out every day until the first game.
Is that like when he stops working out?
I don't know.
He's like, all right, you get the summer, me in the gym in the summer, and then after August 28th, I can be fat again.
Maybe he's thinking like after the first game, I'm not going to be able to dedicate every day.
Probably. Although now that they're in fall camp, I would imagine that he's probably kind of already into like the full schedule mode. So
yeah.
I don't know, your thoughts.
I'm thinking maybe he has something in mind. Like maybe he's going to go to 3 times a week.
Maybe
4 times a week. I don't know. Not every day.
But yes, Husker Chuck, we are excited about our freshman punter.
Yes.
See, Brad wants to know, Greg, will you be at the Michigan game with Connor, John, and Minnie? I will not, actually.
I don't know if John's not planning on going. I don't think.
I think he was thinking about it.
Oh, is he thinking about it?
Or he's going to try to make it work or something. So.
Oh. Okay.
That's one of my weekends with my boys. So I'll be watching that game here. And then the next weekend, the bye week, I'm going to be taking my oldest on a little father-son adventure for the weekend. So, it's, working around the football schedule. And then Orson asks, lastly, can Nebraska beat Iowa this year? I mean, we can beat Iowa any year. I would say we have a tendency to beat ourselves.
That's right. That is 100% right, Greg.
Let's do a quick look. I think Rostovsky is only going to be referring to Archie Wilson as the crocodile punter from here on out. Are there any male cheerleaders in Nebraska? That's been the big thing. I don't know if you noticed this week in the NFL, Minnie. There are, but they're like bases, right? I mean, I don't know that much about cheerleading. They're
fantastic, by the way. They're great.
Let's see. TSD says, did Dayton look good tonight?
I can't wait to see. He played his first high school game, his first senior high school game tonight against Milton, the #1 team in Georgia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do they play is at Buford?
Yep.
their new $62 or whatever $1 million stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Vince gets to the bottom of it real quick. The reason why Matt Rule decided to drop a bunch of LBs, he was fat shamed by me.
He was not. He was not. Although he did look a little. He slimmed down fast, though. That's the thing that surprised me, because he didn't look that thin at Big Ten Media Days, and then all of a sudden, like, you would see him in videos, and he started looking more like he was working out.
Well, folks, we had a lot of fun tonight. I laughed. I can't wait. I know, Minnie, you're going to go back later and rewatch that part of the show. Hope you enjoy it. We appreciate all of you. I know you were going to say it's a little shorter of a show. It's fine. You know, we stretched to 2+ hours a lot during the off season. So
For sure.
as we get closer,
We've even done a 3-hour show.
did we finish? We did finish up at midnight at one point, didn't we?
Greg, you like to extend shows as long as you possibly can.
Well, this is where we're going to be out of here in under 90 minutes
It's
tonight.
crazy for us.
Husker Chuck says my face still hurts. It was a lot of fun. So we appreciate all of you. We look forward to seeing you back here next week. We'll reach out, and if it's not Monday, we'll definitely try to get Beth on next Thursday to talk a little volleyball. But until then, for this fantastic other host, she thinks it's a demotion. Anyway, for Minnie Hunt, I'm Greg Mahachko. This is the 5 Heart Podcast. We remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
And go Big Red.
Is that Walgreens wine?
No, this is water.
No, we can't tell.